OnceUponATime podcast, Season 5, Episode 16, Our Decay. In this episode, Gold creates a storybook portal, and Zelina and Regina clash. Meanwhile, Belle and Rumple are reunited, and Snow and David...
it feels so good.
Oh my Every time!
And Snow and David try to send a message from the underworld to their son, Neil.
SOS.
Shh.
What? I'm just giving you a little...
And their son,
Flavor?
Neil.
Little Flav. All right.
Are we going to talk about the episode?
Are we going to introduce ourselves?
I am Molly I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Rob Southgate.
Wow, that fried my brain. How did you
called-
fry it so quickly?
They called Neil from their payphone.
That was awesome, how everyone... It was the line of the dead going to the payphone to talk to the people on the outside.
That one guy was so sweet, though. He said he's been doing it for 30 years,
Yeah.
hoping that his family can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was
sweet.
I thought that was really cool. The
That
payphone
idea.
thing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the fact they were all lined up and then they didn't know. And the way that played out when you found out that when
were
Henry read the
hearing it?
storybook.
But he was not writing it. What is going on?
No, he's writing it. He's writing it at night.
No, he said he's not even aware of it.
Right. I don't think he's aware of it. I think it's like, I think as the author, the pen is probably writing it, but it's enchanted to him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff that was getting written, he may not be aware. Like maybe he has to grow in that role to be able to control the pen.
Yeah.
But maybe the pen just writes the story.
Mm-hmm.
Then why do they need him?
Because eventually he guides the stories.
And what if Emma Swan dies?
What would that have to do with
He could fix it.
Oh.
Well, you might want to finish your thought before you just completely stop talking.
Yeah, that'd be nice for a change.
Yeah.
Okay,
Zelina and
you are
Hades.
shipping them hard.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
you're shipping who? Robin
Hades?
and Zelina?
No.
Hades and
That
Zelina.
was my one thought.
She wants an evil power couple.
Yes, I do.
And you want them to steal Robin's baby?
No, I don't want them to steal that. I want them, the two of them, just two, to live peacefully together in the underworld story.
I do like that they're two villains.
It is cute.
That have this, but at
And
the same
oh
time,
my gosh, their creepy
they're
love
still bad.
scene was hysterically frightening.
When they were
When
riding
they
the
were,
bike?
when they were like riding the bike.
And she's
like-
giggling.
and then they fall off. He's like, "Oh, haha, I got you." that was so funny.
Yeah.
How about when he first showed up? I think this was one of my favorite moments when he first showed up, and there were the Munchkins, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, she goes, "Oh, Hades." And he just lights his hair up for a second and then takes it off. That was fantastic.
And the Munchkins are like, ah, and they run and hide.
So that's the first time we've actually seen Munchkins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think we'd seen them before.
Yeah, this was the first time.
That was cool that they had the Munchkin land like in the movie, although, once again, they did it differently, which was cool.
I wish they put, the line on the Tin Man sitting there with Dorothy and the Scarecrow.
I loved the
The
animation
fighting.
of the Scarecrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so cool.
Well, I wonder if we'll see them later, since they are tying it into
Mm-hmm.
Oz. I wonder if we'll see them pop up, because did they pop up in the last time we were in Oz? A couple seasons ago?
Not that I recall.
I don't think so. I don't think any of them did. I thought we saw the flashback with Dorothy, and that was it.
Dorothy?
Good impression.
You're weird.
I was Annie M.
Dorothy!
Yeah, see?
So, what else happened in
That's
this
a
episode?
silencer.
We had the romance.
Oh, I loved when they were regulars. When the
Oh, at the diner?
blind witch said, "Oh, I know the orders of all the regulars."
Yeah.
They're like, we're like, wait, we didn't order. And she's like, "Oh, I know the orders of everyone at the diner because they got oatmeal and toast."
Yeah, who eats just dry toast?
David.
He
is dry toast. But
yeah,
I did love that.
Dry toast tastes good.
I did love that.
I would have eaten dry toast. He only ate a bite of
He
it.
needed protein and healthy fat.
Yeah.
He had nothing going on.
I know.
I would have at least gotten a coffee
He
with
was
it.
just carbo loading.
He only ate one bite of it,
That's because they never eat.
and Snow didn't
Their
eat
food.
any.
we ever make a TV show,
awesomeness?
they're going to eat.
They're going to eat and they're going to finish it. And they're going to go, I can't come yet. I got to finish my pizza.
Still eating. Or they're going to take it with them. Like they're going to eat a few bites and then just take it with them. Like, I'll eat this in the car.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they have Ziplocs in their pockets and they shove mashed potatoes in their pockets and off they go.
All I know
is that's weird.
It drives me crazy when they don't eat.
Yeah, I mean, if there's coffee in my cup, I stand up and drink it really fast before I leave. That's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him do it.
You don't take a sip and walk away.
I've seen Dad do it.
I will put it in my mouth like a chipmunk and walk around with steak and just keep chewing until it's gone.
I will stab you with forks till you leave. We just watched Best in Show. And
I will
that just reminded me of that.
Your eye out with my thumb.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did like that. I liked when Snow had the realization that it was supposed to be one day here in Hades, and now we're regulars in the diner. I thought that was really good.
We're regulars in the diner of the underworld.
You know what was really great about this episode?
I want to know.
Well, I mean, it was fun watching their love story and, you know.
Their awkward love story.
Yeah, yeah. And I thought, well, okay, two things that really stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
One was, I really liked how they were flipping cards on this one.
Yes.
We were finding out things like, yes, we found out about Rump and Bell and all that.
And Rumpel just told Bell.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. I thought the scene with Rumpelstiltskin and Bell was one of the best.
But wait,
it was the thing about Storybrooke. In the very beginning, somebody questioned why Hades there looked like Storybrooke. Okay. And there was no real answer. That was right away when they got there. Like, Emma's going, why does it look like this? And this whole time, I've been wondering that. And in this episode, Hades explained it. I thought that was
Well, can I say
great.
what he said? Why
Sure.
he said it? He said it was because of Zelina. He said, you wanted everything your sister had.
Right.
You wanted your own dark curse. You wanted all of this. I built you your underworld down
Of course,
here.
the clock tower is crashed into the
Yeah,
middle
it's
of the
like,
street.
I tried my best.
Everything's
but
like burned
nothing
up.
grows here.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I tried my best, but nothing really grows here. We're in the underworld, so everything looks a little... Then he just kind of pointed at the clock tower.
Yeah.
Destructive.
Which is why the show is called Our Decay.
Huh?
This is our...
This is our decay.
Yeah,
this is our little life together, and it's our decay.
That was actually his line. He said, this is our decay. It's decaying, but this is our decay.
I went to school with RDK.
I bet you did.
I do too.
What?
Or maybe it was Artie, short for Arthur.
What do you mean you do too? You don't go to school. You're homeschooled.
No, I thought...
Are we changing one of the cats' names to RDK?
Yes. Next cat, RDK.
No, please. No more cats.
Rumple and Bell.
Rumple and Bell.
Bell falls in the portal.
Yes.
With
the baby and
Zelina. And she sees Rumple, and they get reunited.
So this is why this scene was so great.
She's so mad at Rumple because he tells her all of the cards.
This is why this scene was so great, though. We've been talking about it all season. Is Rump going to turn good? Are we going to have another flip-flop?
He's good.
That's not going to work.
He's not good.
No. He's the dark one.
He's saying I'm both.
And that was what was so great about this.
You did not fall in love with the man behind the beast. You fell in love with the man and the beast.
Yes. So now we have that's a big answer.
Yes.
We're not going to have flip-flopping. He is going to remain the dark one.
But he's
trying to have balance.
She's going to have to accept both parts of him.
Yes. And we had the fact that he showed her the dagger. He put it down.
Why did he put it down? I mean, anyone who touches it controls him.
Yeah, but you know what? He was showing her.
Right, I trust
you. This is not controlling, or I'm not concerned about this controlling. I'm telling you everything.
He showed her the dagger and then just kind of set it down on a bookshelf.
I called it a sword.
Yeah, you did.
I was very upset.
But I loved that. And what Hades had over him was the fact that he was the Dark One. And the contract. And he told her everything.
Mm-hmm. And he told her she was pregnant.
This was the one thing I didn't like in the episode.
How does he know that she's pregnant? She doesn't know she's pregnant.
He knows because Hades told him.
Oh, Hades figured it out real early.
I forgot.
But
oh my gosh, he even knew she was going to have triplets. He said, I thought we were going to have
triplets?
Yeah, he said, I thought they were
I didn't hear that.
Well, if they were triplets, then they can give up one.
Would you?
I'm kidding.
And he said,
I'd give up this one.
Because he thought, I would give up Fish, personally. He's one of our kids.
What, are you on Lent right now? Oh, no, that's what you have to eat for Lent. Never mind.
So Mal.
Thank you. We've had a long road trip, and now we're all a little
tired, a little off
kilter.
Yeah. It would have been a joke if we had gone to Scotland.
I have no idea what that means. Oh my god.
Kilter.
Boo.
Okay, what happened in the show though? All right.
So let's get back to the show. Rump and Belle have their scene. Oh, this is what I was going to say. It took me a minute to get there.
A minute.
The thing I didn't really care for was what happened with Belle in there. I thought Rump was exactly right. I thought her reaction was kind of inappropriate in the beginning. I can understand her being upset or feeling lied to, but the way that played out where he tells her and she's like, oh, and then all of a sudden she flipped like, oh, you gave away our baby. It's like, wait a minute.
No, he did not. He already said, I did it back when I was trying to save Neil.
So it feels like that tension is forced. If she had been upset the entire time, even as he's telling her, like, but she wasn't.
No.
So
and
when she
she's
flipped,
Belle. She would not have been upset with it. She would have been like, you know what? It was out of your control. You were trying to do something.
Fix this.
And that wasn't. It was very weird.
It was. It was. And then
at the end, she was like, all I want to do is for you to get me back to our friends and for you to fix this. And he said, and that's exactly what I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was weird.
That was the only thing I thought was clunky.
It was a weird reaction because it didn't fit her and it didn't fit the situation.
Rumpelstiltskin was fantastic through the whole thing.
Always.
Hades was fantastic.
Oh,
Zelina was fantastic. I really liked everything except that
tiny
moment.
Bit.
Yeah.
I just keep calling Henry a teenager, and I think it's quite.
I think it's because when
teenagerist.
When this show started, he was a kid.
I know, but
they've got to emphasize that he's changed.
Not allowed to have a feeling, or a thought or an opinion. Every single time he has any emotion, they just go,
"Oh,
it's Henry being a teenager." Instead of, maybe Henry has a point and we should hear it. It just kind of bothers me. They're very dismissive, and I keep hearing that line over and over, and I think, shut up.
Yeah, and it was the last episode also.
In the other episodes, in the other seasons, when he was younger even, they let him be kind of an equal. They treated him kind of like an adult.
That's what I'm saying. And
where
now
you knew he was a kid and this is mom and this is or moms. And this is, how this works, but here they are referring to him being a teenager a lot. I wonder if it's just to define what he is.
Dismissive.
Yeah.
And very disrespectful, and he's certainly not being considered or being looked at in any way as a partner or a team, part of the team.
It might be a way for the writers to keep him, because they've got so many characters they're juggling. Like, okay, if we say he's a teenager, it seems like he's sleeping every minute and waking up. Oh, I did it again. And maybe it's a way for them to do that, but it's not.
It's not working.
It's not working. No, I agree. I didn't really notice the saying the teenage thing, but I have noticed that they're disrespecting him. They're just kind of leaving him to the side. And here's the other thing: we already had Henry being moody and getting upset and like going off last season. Remember with the girl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So in King Arthur's one, why either have that go deeper or let it go and make him one of the team. And I think their smarter move would be to make him one of the team at this point. But they seem to be kind of putting him in a box here. He's not that rebelling teenager, but they're making it like he is. Like they're saying he is.
They're just discounting anytime he has any opinion or emotion, and it's bothering me.
I'm with you.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Jennifer Goodwin in
yes, in
Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Yes.
Was fun.
Yeah.
She was really good.
We didn't know it was her until the credits.
Yeah, she was the cop.
She was very good.
Bunny
yes, she was really good. She was good in this episode too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, when she was pregnant, they didn't
those...
write a lot for her. Mm-hmm. It's nice to kind of see her getting to act again.
And after kind of when she had the baby, but then she made the awesome speech.
Yes, they seem to have her back, and and I like that.
That's because she had a realization. She said, "No, I'm done being Mary Margaret. I am Snow White."
And you know what's cool? That is affecting it.
It is.
I'm really thinking of her differently because of that moment. Like even when she was in the diner and she had the realization about them, being regulars. Before they would have written it where she would have been mopey about it or going like, oh. Here I was like, no, she's ticked off. Like, we got to resolve this. Snow White's resolving this. Or Bandit Snow.
Bandit Snow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I needed to do that.
So, Regina?
I don't love Robin Hood.
They're not writing. I liked him a lot in the beginning.
So cardboard.
Yeah.
He's a lot like David.
They're not doing a lot with him.
Yeah, that's why
Hook's the only.
And Hook was he only had one line in this.
No, he didn't. He didn't even have a line.
Yeah, he did.
He just stood there creepily.
No, he had a
line.
Oh.
He and Rump are the most interesting.
Yeah.
Of those
guys.
of the hero team.
Yeah, I don't like. I just Robin
Hades
Hood.
is interesting.
Regina needs somebody a lot more interesting.
Or they just need to write him more interesting. Because Robin Hood's a great character for that. Because think about it. When he first showed up, it was really cool. They've just kind of made him David.
This is kind of boring.
Maybe they just write the women characters better on this.
Yeah.
I think.
Because the women characters are really good. Like Zelina and Regina and
Snow. And
they're writing Hades and Rumpel just fine.
Oh, yeah.
So I think
fantastic.
But maybe they can because those guys are essentially bad guys. Maybe it's the heroes that they have a harder time,
making interesting.
Yeah, because it's like, well, they have to do the heroic thing every time, and unless they're fighting a dragon, they're not so interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe give them a little dark, and it'd be better. Remember when David had the awesome 80s hair? Give him some of that.
Oof.
Yeah. When he was Bon Jovi.
I liked him that. He was so nice.
David Bon Jovi.
He actually talked.
Hey, we still haven't seen his brother. They haven't done that story. So we know he's there.
Yeah.
Are we going to run into anybody else here? Because they kind of stopped that part of the story, but since we know the James story is hanging out there, he's got to be back. I wonder if they've got other...
Anyone with snow? Anyone that with snow would be like...
Oh, I thought of another thing that was
father.
Awesome.
Snow's father.
They dealt with that, didn't they?
No, they dealt with Regina's father.
Oh.
Snow needs to find her dad.
He might just be dead. He might not have unresolved.
No dad. He had unresolved. He was lying in bed. He was just happy. He was like, oh, my kingdom is good. There's this nice man watching over me. And then he was like, wait, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And then he got bitten by the snake and died.
Oh.
That is not resolved. That is not a nice death in bed.
Oh, so maybe he will.
That's not a nice death in bed.
He needs a nice death in bed.
Okay. That sounded wrong.
Yeah.
Not a nice death
in bed.
Well, he wasn't dead.
But you're right. Maybe that's one. Either that'll be a loose thread, or they will come back to that.
Yeah.
I just wonder if they're going to do a lot of the resolution, or if we're just going to get these couple of stories and then get them back to Storybrooke. Because it kind of feels like they're getting on their way back to Storybrooke now, doesn't it?
And maybe a couple new stories.
Well, yeah, they might do some standalones.
Like people you've seen before? Like maybe like the Lady in the Lake? Like they could have the Lady in the Lake there. They could have anyone they found and then have them be dead.
Well, yeah, they could have any of them.
And just be like...
But I just wonder how many we're going to get, or
is the Lady in the Lake dead, or is she still in the lake?
We don't know, because they could
She didn't have a nice death in the lake. But I wonder if we're going to get out of there, because the Hades Zelina love story is probably 1 or 2 more episodes, I would guess.
Oh,
the James story will resolve, and they'll be out of Hades, wouldn't they? What episode number was this, Molly?
And Selena will be happy.
This was 16.
Oh, we got a ways to go.
16? I thought there were 12
we have
and
6
12.
more.
6 more, but the last one, they'll definitely be out of Hades. Because if it follows the pattern of the other seasons, the final episode is a lot of other story elements wrapping up. Not the
It was
main
episode 6.
16. Because we're in the second half of the season. So that's how they usually play it. And if it's a 2-hour one, that means we have 4 more hours in Hades. And that would make sense. That would make sense. Next week will be Next week will be more building on the Zelena Hades love story, I bet. But that'll be an element of it. I bet we're going to get more of a different story. Rumpelstiltskin's going to have to do some resolving with Belle. That's going to be a story.
Oh, yeah.
James is going to be a story. That could be 3 episodes right there. The 4th one will be the big conflict, and then the final one leads into whatever their next story is. Because, like, the one year they went completely... They finished the story, and in the 2-hour finale, they had Emma and Hook, I think, go to Fairy Tale Land. And we thought, what is this? And then by the end of that, the next story was already starting. I think it was Frozen when they came back, and then we saw Frozen. So they didn't leave them there. So it's almost like a self-contained story. I wonder if they'll do something like that.
I hope so.
Yeah, that was Zelena.
Next year.
That was the Zelena year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, I wonder.
They're not. I do like also. I don't think they're giving Zelena redemption. I think that like
I thought they would.
Well, they were making her nicer, but she's not.
No, she's
gonna find love, but she's not gonna be like Regina, find love and become sweet. She's gonna find love in Hades
and be able to be evil.
And they're gonna be evil down in Hades. That's what's gonna happen.
I hope they stay in the underworld together.
I bet she does.
And live happily ever after.
I know, the evil power
torturing
couple. Although it's gonna be tough because she's gonna want that baby.
Yeah. No,
do you think she and Hades will move to Storybrooke?
Oh yes.
To be co-parents or something?
To have joint custody.
Co-parenting with Hades.
They could just throw it down the portal.
Oh.
It's your weekend, and then they just open the portal and toss the baby. And then they catch it down in...
Don't toss the baby.
Okay.
Well, I suppose they could lower it.
That's more funny
down in a basket.
Yeah. It's Saturday. Chuck the baby.
It's my weekend.
They could do a thing like the tree. Remember the tree, how Emma got to Storybrooke? They could just
pass it back and forth.
Send tree mail. They put the baby in, and then in Hades opens it up. Oh, hey, look!
It's Sunday!
We're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese, because that's got to be in the underworld.
Oh, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
That is not from here.
No, but underworld Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, so it's the same.
It's just exactly the same.
But
it is
all of the games are like death games.
Well, they couldn't be worse than the games they have now.
I like the games. They're okay.
No, they're not.
They're okay.
They're there.
That's like the only arcade I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, you don't know what a good arcade is.
That's your fault.
Your fault! You're the arcade! You're the arcade one!
Galloping Ghost is right here.
It's $15.
Okay, everyone off
for the whole day.
Oh.
Never been there? Gaming Goat, whatever that is.
Gaming Goat? Gaming Goat is tabletop.
What? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. All right, are we done with this one?
No, because you just don't want us to point out anything.
No, I will take her.
Okay, so joint custody, we want to see that happen.
Yes. Tree mail.
We need David and Snow to get back to Neil.
David and his toast to be reunited.
We need Hook to get out of the underworld.
His burnt toast.
Yes.
How are they getting Hook out of the underworld? The heart thing didn't work.
Oh, they'll get him out.
Yeah.
Because he's not the dark Hook right now.
Duck?
Yeah, he's not Duck. So they're going to have no problem getting him out. When they can get them out, they can get him out.
Emma's not Dema.
Correct.
No Dema and Duck.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. My prediction is 4 episodes of this. And then if there's 5, the 5th one is all resolution, and the 6th one is another story, like launching us into the next story. I have no idea what the next story is.
I haven't heard any spoilers.
I have neither.
Now, I have heard that... Well, I thought that Ariel was supposed to be in this season.
Why?
I had read
was in
that.
last season.
Was she?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that the big Ariel story?
Ariel was in you dork.
I can't remember.
Ariel's already been in it.
I thought she was in this. I don't know.
She was a huge part of one of the seasons.
Yeah.
Well,
with Hook's storyline and
I don't remember.
Ursula. And
I remember all that.
That was Peter Pan.
No, Ariel
Wait a
was in
minute.
it.
What about the Peter Pan story with Rump? That we also have to have resolved.
We saw it.
No, there wasn't resolution
He's
at
still
all.
There.
Yeah.
Pan is still there. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a problem with the fact that Hades isn't going to let them leave without more bodies.
Right.
Because they keep letting people out of the underworld.
And he needs bodies to take care of it. And they've already shown that there are some of them that are supposed to die.
Yeah.
But maybe Zelena dies. That gives him a body so that she stays there with him.
If Zelena stays, one of their names could come off. But I think they still have 5 more.
Yeah.
If the baby stays.
How about Munchkins? You could toss some of them on the fire.
Throw some Munchkins down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but they're so cute.
You have a Munchkin bonfire.
Oh, but
what is wrong with you?
They'll have a nice death in their
not
beds.
be a nice death in their bed.
No, a nice death in the fire. That's not a nice death in the fire.
Oh, the smell. All right.
What? Why did you just say oh the smell?
Burning Munchkins does not sound good.
And then you eat them between the graham
I hope you guys are talking about
The
like
graham-
the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I am.
Munchkin holes.
Could you imagine roasting Munchkin holes? You got to be real careful. You don't want to burn them.
You don't know what that is.
Just get them heated
it's
up
a
like
donut
that.
in a ball. And they're called Munchkins.
I thought those were donut holes.
They
yeah,
are,
they used
but
to call them Munchkins. Or they still do. I don't know.
I don't know. At Dunkin' Donuts, they call them Munchkins.
Oh, I want one.
Well, you're not going to.
From Mom. Mom, can you make one?
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm ending it. You can find past episodes of this and all of our podcasts at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
If you want to support the show, in the upper right-hand corner of our webpage, it has an Amazon ad. It explains it right there, but I'll explain it here. Just click on that ad if you're going to shop on Amazon. What it'll do, if you click on that, it'll take you right to your regular Amazon page. So if you have Prime or if you're already signed in, it'll take you there, but it'll put a cookie on your computer. So anything you buy for 24 hours, we get a little tiny commission for. Doesn't cost you anything more. All your sales and Prime and all that still works, but it gives us a little commission to help support the show. So if you would do that, we would greatly appreciate it. We also have, in the show notes, I put a link to the Ever After podcast t-shirt. They have t-shirts
that I don't have yet.
Hoodies and
I can't believe I don't have yet.
They have the cute baseball shirts.
Page,
I want the baseball shirt.
So, yes, Molly, you don't have it yet.
I know.
So
That's
someday soon. And you can pick your colors and everything. It's really cool. So if you want one of the shirts, click on the link in the show notes. You can follow me at RSouthgate. You can follow the show on Twitter at Ever After Podcast. Martha, where do you tweet from?
At SMGPods.
I occasionally also tweet from at SMGPods, but I put my name in front.
Yes. And we have an Ever After Podcast Instagram, which we are going to start actively using. I just put it on. Just type in Ever After Podcast. And I've already put some things on there, and we're trying to build a community on Instagram, and I think that's it. Oh, and like our Facebook page. That does it. Thank you again for listening, everybody. Now let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The
end.